bit of an exclusive for you guys and girls today, but before we get on with that, this video is brought to you once again with Squarespace. If you're thinking of setting up a website, Squarespace is the perfect place to go. Not only will it be beautiful, but it will be super simple to set up and also incredibly effective. Now, I've spoken about Squarespace features millions and millions of times before on this channel, and so many of you are now up and running with Squarespace. But I want to touch on it just because there's some new features that are really, really cool. The first of those is, it's called Blueprint AI. It enables you to build a website that is perfect for you in a super simple manner. Now, Squarespace has always been good for being super efficient and enabling people to build stuff just really, really quickly. But Blueprint AI takes it to that next level of personalization and efficiency. You've got to go and check it out for yourself. As always, the link below will get you a discount on your first website. So that link will be in the pinned comment and the description. You've also got things like SEO tools as well, which is super, super key because you can build a beautiful website, but if no one's finding it, there's not much point. You can also integrate payment providers into the website as well. So enabling you to take credit card payments, do Apple Pay, and in some jurisdictions as well, do buy now, pay later, which are super popular options. Of course, many of you will already know that on websites you already use. Use the link below anyway, you'll get a discount on your first site. Make sure you use Squarespace, and let's go to Joe Macari and check out the Singer ACS. Hello, and welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Joe Macari, because today they've got something very exciting here. It's literally just come in, and it is not only the only one for sale, but it's actually the only one of these ever built. So without further ado then, we're gonna have a little walk around. As always, this toy shop is basically one of the best car museums in the world that also sells cars, and then we're gonna go and check out the Singer ACS. Right then, starting over here then, we have an 812 Competizione Aperta. Very nice, these are cool. Absolutely love one of these. No chance of getting one of these at list. Very highly optioned, carbon absolutely everywhere. These are fantastic. Love these, very tasteful spec indeed. Argento silver, I believe. They look so good. Obviously being the Aperta, the roof comes off. We also have an FF here, very, very nice. All these cars will be on Joe Macari's website, so if you need any more details on any of them, obviously go over on the website. They're not paying me to do this, by the way. I just came to check out the Singer ACS and get a Squarespace advert done. We've got two Lussos here. So we've got a black Lusso. I love my Lusso. I love my Lusso. Black one with crema, I believe, interior in there. Is that crema? I'm not actually sure. Sabia, maybe? Who knows? Either way, very nice. Carbon everywhere. Lovely stuff. Very nice black, metallic black Lusso. And there is actually a Schmee spec Lusso. Schmee spec, that's quite a difficult thing to say. Which is your TDF blue with your red calipers. And did he have red calipers? Let me know in the comments, I can't remember. And that is actually crema. That's crema, so don't know what that other colour was. But very nice. No carbon inside there, so that is kind of gent spec. So I don't think that is Schmee's car. Both V12s, and the only way I can tell whether or not they're V12s is on the dash down there. It'll say a T after that. I'm sure there is another way. I think it's the fins or something, but no carbon on this car. Probably a very, very sensibly priced Lusso. That an SF90 Aperta there, very, very nice indeed. Triple red paint. I think that's either Fuoco or yeah, maybe Fuoco. Right. There is all sorts going on here, so we're going to get into that. But one of the most beautiful cars Aston Martin's ever made is 177. That has come in recently here. And that is absolutely sensational. There probably isn't a better looking car that Aston have ever made. Love 177s. They were pretty well priced at one point, and now they've gone fairly stratospheric. But you'd be forgiven for thinking this is just a Vanquish in a new body shell. It's not. It's completely different. It's got like push rod suspension, all sorts of stuff, carbon skinned everywhere. It's a proper thing. I love these. Absolutely love them. That diffuser is nuts. We got a Pista Spider. We've got an 812 coupe. Grigio with Bordeaux inside, exactly the same spec pretty much as my F12, which I sorely miss. Very highly spec car, carbon diffuser. Over this side then, we've got lots of very silly things behind this rope. So the rope signifies that it's silly, even for Joe Macari. So you've seen the CLK GTR, you've seen a Carrera GT before, you've seen an F40 before, I think it's LM1, whatever that is. We've got a Veyron as well. A lot of my audience tell me to buy a Veyron. I do like Veyrons. I do think they'll be pretty solid money. forever, really, because of them being so iconic. But it's not something that really tickles my fancy. I fancy something a little bit more analog than that. I do love the Veyron. In terms of parting with my cash and what I look for in a car, what I enjoy from a car, it wouldn't be next on the list. If I'm going to do something really aggressive, it's not going to be a Veyron, but I do really like them. They are beautiful, beautiful cars, and I think they actually look better now than they did when they came out. We've got the 962 there. One of the last times I saw that car was in the hotel car park around the back of Goodwood, sandwiched between like a Yaris and a Vauxhall Zafira, just dumped in the car park. Casual. We've got 917 there as well. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is a 41. Oh, it's a 412, I think. I've forgotten. Got a mental block. Anyway, it's worth 30 million quid. Have that. We've got an F1 GTR there. Not Andy B's F1 GTR lock. I believe there's actually 2 of these, potentially. And you're probably looking at, what, 50 million quid for that? No idea. Got DBR9 there as well. Absolutely sick. They sound amazing. I remember Archie giving one of those, the beans, in one of his videos. I think it was a Rothko car. And we have a TRC here, I think, as well. We're looking at about 8 to 10 million quid for that 500 TRC. I think that's what it is. I'm not so good with these. I'm not so good. Sorry, my knowledge does stop somewhere. Casual 918 in here as well. Very, very cool. Someone was saying the other day, oh, why did you get a Carrera GT? You could have just got a 918. I don't think they're the same product. I don't think they're designed to be substitutes for one another. I think they're 2 separate entities. It's like saying, why did you buy a boat when you could have bought a plane? They're completely separate. It's the sort of thing I'd love to have both of, but I do love a 918. I do really, 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 really enjoy them. And the V8 in them sounds absolutely amazing, but you rarely hear them at full chat. Anyway, this 612 has just come in. I know Seen Through Glass likes the 612. This has actually just come back into stock. This is a car that the guys here know and I believe have looked after, but that is Grigio over tan, obviously being a 612. It's the Forerunner, it's the FF. You've got those lovely back seats. And this era of Ferrari, they just finished it so much nicer than potentially a lot of the modern stuff they do. That is a cool place to be. You don't need carbon when you're wafting in that. Obviously a Pininfarina design as well. That is a cool, cool piece of kit. Really, really enjoy those. Good stuff. Right hand drive as well. We have our ACS here. We're going to get into that. 812 Aperta, and then we've got a LAF Aperta as well. Casual, 5 million odd quid. We have a Testarossa recreation there. We have a Mura S. We have a lovely little Dino, Grigio over Bordeaux. Old Lawrence Lister will be very excited by that. I'm sure he knows it's already here. I believe a 512 BB in the corner. Right, let's head back over then. All the way over here. Oh, we've got California Spider there as well, which I missed out. Sorry about that. Right, here we go then. Here it is. I've actually not seen this car in the metal before. Obviously it was launched and shown a few years ago and everyone knew what this thing was. And then there has been absolute chaos regarding this car since. The story of this car is wild. So first things first, it says Singer on it here at the back. They've badged it. The guys there, I believe, have designed it, but actually a lot of the work on this car was done by Tuthill. So Tuthill basically built this car. Singer designed it, Singer badged it, I think Singer priced it as well. It was actually originally designed for a chap that commissioned this car. So this was never something that Singer decided to put out. It was actually commissioned for, obviously, a very successful chap. Wanted one of these for off-roading, racing off-roading, and messing around in. And he also wanted a tarmac version. So there were originally supposed to be 2 of these cars. One like this with the mud tyres on, and this is not currently UK road registered. It's registered for road use in the US, but not currently in the UK. I'm pretty sure you could do it though. You could do it. It does look road legally-ish. I don't think it would take too much. It's a very, very cool looking thing. But the second car, I don't believe ever ended up getting built. There was a fuss about this car. So Porsche threw a strop about this car back in 2021. I think it was around March 2021. Porsche threw an absolute strop about this to do with, I think it was, they weren't happy because of the Porsche lettering on it. I think they were very unhappy with that. I mean, Ferrari would never let this happen in the first place. They would just say, absolutely not, Singer. Like, no, like it isn't happening. We're going to sue you into the floor. So hats off to Porsche for even sort of allowing Singer to do what they do. And I think Singer actually does good stuff for the Porsche market. I think Tuthill do good things for the Porsche market, the Porsche brand. But Porsche had a bit of a strop because obviously they were re-releasing their Dakar around the same time. And I think Porsche felt like it was going to muddy the water and confuse their marketing messages and whatnot for this thing to be flying around at the same time and being a whole hoo-ha about this. So there was a kickoff about that. Alongside that, the chap that had this made, he did say to Singer, I mean, I wasn't there, I'm just going on sort of hearsay in the market and what car nerds all say to each other. He said to Singer, I don't mind if you guys sell a few more of these. Yeah, I mean, I've commissioned it and I've spent millions and millions and millions on this car, more than actually the car's up for sale for. But I don't mind if you want to sell some of them as well. So if you end up selling a few of these, I'll take some commission back on it. And then obviously I'll recoup some of the development money I've put into this. Because this was very much spearheaded by the guy that was developing this car with Singer and Tuthill. It was kind of his idea and his baby, and he kind of put the cash into it. So, long story cut short, second car never got built, Porsche a strop, and I believe the chap that originally commissioned this car, I don't know what went on. I don't know if there was a bit of a ruckus, not a physical ruckus, but I don't know whether or not there was a bit of a fuss. So this is kind of a stillborn project. It's the only one in the entire world. It is a super, super cool piece of kit. We're going to open it up, actually. I'm going to show you inside and show you all the bits and bobs going on. Got to be careful. On the wrist today, by the way, we've got Toledo and Chan B1. We've got that beautiful blue lapis dial there. Bit of a Marmite design there. I absolutely love it. I know it's not for everyone, but I think that is a very, very, very cool piece. Better than my trousers, that's for sure. I mean, look at those. Looks like I've just walked out of kind of cleaning the dishes in the kitchen somewhere. Not there's anything wrong with that. Anyway, that's my watch. I flew over to New York the other day and met Mr. Enthusiast Phil Toledano. Very, very cool. I love it. Obviously that door feels like a piece of paper because it is basically a piece of paper. It's just a piece of carbon with some plexiglass in it. Obviously it's designed for off-road use, so there's not really much glass around, it's just plexiglass. So in here then we have a multitude of buttons and whatnot. It doesn't look like your typical Porsche interior in here. You've got your gear stick there, and obviously you've got that massive handbrake as well. Right where you want it, right by your right hand. It is a left-hand drive, and it's pretty well. It's basically just a race car. In here, got absolutely everything going on. You've got your driver and co-driver radios up there. You've got all your essential buttons up here as well. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if the camera's picking any of that up, but that's where your essential buttons are for cleaning mud off and, you know, deer or whatever you've hit off the windscreen. Very, very cool stuff. And then other than that, it's pretty much just bucket seats, carbon, and scaffolding. So you've got a few of the essentials on there. You've got your start button there, neutral, horn, wash is chaos. Then you've got your different modes. You've got your radio alarm, high beams, wipers, and then you've got a little screen here for your essentials and your speedo and whatnot there, just so you can see exactly how fast you're cruising between trees and driving through mud. You even got a little emergency torch down there by your feet. And the pedals are proper race car right over at the front there, and absolutely nothing behind them at all. Very, very rudimentary in here, but I would say the finishing is really, really nicely done. Carbon absolutely everywhere. And this car, as it stands, they won't tell me because I'm not a serious customer. I haven't sold enough raffle tickets to get one of these this month anyway. But the price runs into the millions. But considering the development cost of this car, the price of this car is actually nowhere near what it costs to develop. So in some respects, it's a bargain. You can do some fairly optimistic maths. But interestingly as well, it looks like it's got portal axles as well, like my Brabus. You've got dual shocks in there as well. Very, very, very cool. Absolutely adore this thing. So in the back there, the engine actually that powers this is a 3.6 litre flat six engine, making about 450 brake horsepower. But one of the cool things about this car, and one of the things that Singer actually did, is fitting forward-facing mudguards at the front. I believe we're talking. I mean, I've read about this feature, but I believe it means these. I think that's what it is. I don't actually know. It says Singer installed forward-facing front mud guards to stop mud splashing on the bonnet. So I'm assuming it means that. It can't be the mud flaps there behind the tyre. Anyway, Singer have done something clever with the mud flaps or the mud guards at the front, meaning that less water and mud splashes on the front of the car, which is all very clever and important. And you've also got the fuel lid. Do you know what? I can actually see why Porsche have got a little bit eggy about this, because Porsche just want to make sure that their products can be clearly identified and there's no confusion. We've got a Porsche badge there. I mean, it's not a Porsche. It isn't. They didn't make it. They've done, actually, I don't think there's anything on this car that was by them. Maybe the door handles, have they come off? They come off like an impact bumper 911 at some point? I don't actually know. But look, we've got Porsche into the carbon there. And obviously, as I've pointed out before, we've got it around the back. So I kind of do get their strop a little bit. I do get their strop a little bit. Obviously, you've got the exhaust out here, and then you've got your tow hook on the back, which actually I note has been used. The press shots of this car are absolutely wild. The thing is about 4 feet in the air, and a lot of them. But anyway, please someone come and buy this. I don't get commission, by the way, if you come and buy it. I just think it's cool. And that's unreal. It's like art, really. It's artwork. Yes, it's great for messing around in. But an aerial Nomad's great to mess around in. It's not 3 or 4 million quid. So come and buy it. Somebody come and buy it. That is probably, in terms of bragging rights and willy waving, it doesn't get much better than that. It is the only one in the world, and there's probably ever likely to be as well, because the project now is completely done. It is absolutely completely done. Everyone's gone their separate ways, and this chap's selling his, so I don't think there's any love lost between him and the guys that have built this car and designed it. So there we go. That is the story. I mean, I don't actually know any of the parties involved. I've just done a bit of Googling, speaking to a few people in the car scene, and that's what I've come up with. So if you know better, let me know in the comments, but I just wanted to come and see it, really. Very, very lucky to see this sort of thing. That's that then. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, as always, to Joe Macari for allowing me in. I'm amazed they haven't banned me. I have to buy a car every now and again, otherwise they will ban me. Do let me know if you've seen anything in here that I should buy, but I did miss out on something recently they had come in. It's absolutely mental. I ran the numbers with Charles and Dean, but I missed out on it. So I'm not going to say what it is until I actually get one secured and boxed off, and then I'm going to start pumping them. So that will be coming. I've earmarked one. I found another one somewhere that's not on the market. So coming in about 8 weeks, I hope. So we'll see. We'll see. Fingers on buzzers, whether or not I have the money at that point. It's all to play for. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Speaking of having the money, please make sure you click the link below to Squarespace. It supports me, it supports the channel, and supports the next stupid thing that I'm about to do. So for all of those that are building a website, make sure you check them out. For now, thank you very much for watching. Ciao, bye.